The Man Who Vanished Twice. A true crime podcast. On the morning of June 18, 2011, a man named Daniel Mercer left his apartment in Portland, Oregon, and never came back. At least, that is what everyone believed. Daniel Mercer was 34 years old. He worked as a freelance graphic designer, lived alone, and had a quiet, predictable life. He paid his bills on time, called his mother every Sunday, and rarely traveled. To his friends and family, Daniel was reliable and cautious. The kind of person who never disappeared without a reason. But on that Saturday morning, Daniel sent a short text message to his sister. "I'll call you later." He never did. When Daniel failed to show up for work on Monday, his client assumed he was sick. When he didn't answer his phone on Tuesday, his sister grew worried. By Wednesday, his family contacted the police. At first, investigators treated the case as a routine missing persons report. Adults disappear all the time. Sometimes they leave voluntarily. Sometimes they need space. Sometimes they return within days. But when police entered Daniel's apartment, something felt wrong. Everything was there. His wallet sat on the kitchen counter. His laptop was open on the desk. His passport was still in a drawer. There were no signs of a struggle. No note. No packed bags. It looked like Daniel had stepped outside for a moment and simply vanished. Security cameras outside his apartment building showed Daniel leaving at 8:42 a.m. He wore jeans, a gray hoodie, and sneakers. He walked alone toward the parking lot. That was the last confirmed sighting of him. His car was still parked in its usual spot. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. After 6 months, the case went cold. Then, nearly 3 years later, something impossible happened. In March of 2014, a man walked into a small hospital in Reno, Nevada. He had no identification. No phone. No wallet. He told the nurse his name was Daniel. At first, staff assumed he was confused. Or lying. But when they ran his fingerprints, the truth shocked everyone. It was Daniel Mercer. Alive 300 miles from home. When police arrived, Daniel appeared calm but distant. He recognized his own name, but little else. He could not explain where he had been for the past 3 years. According to Daniel, the last thing he remembered was leaving his apartment to buy coffee. After that, nothing. Doctors diagnosed him with dissociative amnesia, a rare condition often linked to trauma. People with this condition can lose access to their memories and even create a new identity without realizing it. Daniel told investigators that he believed he had lived under different names, worked odd jobs, and moved frequently. He remembered flashes of highways, cheap motels, and construction sites. But no clear timeline. No faces. No events. His family was relieved but confused. Where had he gone? And why? As police dug deeper, strange details emerged. During Daniel's disappearance, a man matching his description had been arrested twice in different states for minor offenses. Once in Arizona. Once in New Mexico. In both cases, the man gave a different name. Neither arrest raised alarms. No one realized the missing man from Oregon was standing right in front of them. Even more unsettling was Daniel's financial situation. During the 3 years he was missing, someone had been slowly withdrawing small amounts of money from an old savings account Daniel had forgotten about. The withdrawals stopped just months before he reappeared. Daniel denied knowing anything about it. There was no evidence of kidnapping. No ransom. No signs of abuse. Yet something had clearly triggered his disappearance. Then came the second shock. 6 months after returning home, Daniel disappeared again. This time, there were witnesses. He was seen leaving a grocery store in broad daylight. He waved at the cashier. He smiled. And then he was gone. Police launched an immediate search. This time, they found him. 2 days later, Daniel was located at a bus station in San Francisco. He had purchased a one-way ticket using cash. When officers approached him, he did not resist. He simply said, "I didn't know where else to go." Doctors confirmed that Daniel had suffered another dissociative episode. This time, however, he remembered fragments. He described feeling overwhelmed, trapped, as if his own life no longer belonged to him. Experts believe that Daniel's first disappearance may have been triggered by extreme psychological stress that no one around him noticed. Years of internal pressure, expectations, fear of failure. Not a dramatic trauma, but a slow collapse. Today, Daniel Mercer lives under medical supervision. He no longer works. He avoids routines. His family remains close, watching for signs of another episode. His case is now used in psychology textbooks. A man who vanished once, came back, and vanished again. It is a reminder that not all disappearances involve crime scenes, suspects, or violence. Sometimes, the most dangerous place to get lost is inside your own mind. And sometimes, the person you are running from is yourself. Daniel Mercer's story was never about escape. It was about survival. A reminder that not all disappearances leave footprints in the snow, or blood at a crime scene. Some leave silence. And sometimes, the hardest place to come back to is your own mind.